Happy Monday moments. This is the singles edition Uncut. Welcome, singles. What's up? What's up? What's up? I am coming today with another fabulous Monday moment. And this singles edition, we're going to focus on how not to be scammed. Listen, don't get scammed. Don't get scammed. So I'm gonna give you some tips and clues on how to identify and avoid a scammer or a catfish. So buckle up, let's jump into it. So for those that may not know, catfishing is when someone creates a fictitious profile using a fictitious name or image with the goal of trying to scam you or deceive you in some way. There are a number of reasons that scammers or catfishers do this. The list goes on and on and on. But my focus today is to be sure that you can identify them and block and delete if you run into one. So again, I'll be giving you dating tips for 2025. We're out here in these streets. We might as well be educated. We might as well be knowledgeable, and we might as well be ready. So with these clues and tips, I want you to grab a piece of paper, write them down so that you can keep them, or don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't, because I want as many singles as possible to have this information. So the first thing I want you to be aware of is don't give too much personal information out up front. Catfishing is prevalent amongst all of our social media sites, and that includes Twitter, TikTok especially, Facebook dating, Facebook, Instagram. It's there in all of them. And so if you haven't, look for in the near future a catfisher or a scammer to contact you. I myself have been through this a few times, so I am here to school you. I do believe personally that somewhere in one of these countries, they have a school where they're teaching people how to catfish or scam others. So you have to be careful. So the first tip is do not give out too much personal information too fast. What I mean by that is they will get on and say, "Hi, how are you? How many kids do you have? Where do you work? What's your favorite color?" These are the same questions that you'll find if you are creating a profile, if you are logging into your bank, or those security questions that you may be asked when you are handling business online. These are those questions. So be mindful of that. They'll also ask you, what's your age? Where were you born? Are you from where you say you are? The questions that they're asking just seem too personal for them to be trying to date you, especially when they don't know you. So avoid giving too much personal information out too fast. Be vague as possible. If they say, well, they have your name because you're on that social media site with your name if you're using your real name. If they say, well, how old are you? Say old enough. How many children do you have? I have adults, humans, or I have humans. Where do you work? Give them the field instead of the actual specific job, and ask them the same questions back. Another thing that you may notice when you first start talking to a scammer or a catfish, when they first initiate a conversation with you, if you say hi and they immediately send you 5 paragraphs, block and delete immediately. No one can type that fast. So most likely they're doing and using AI, or they are copying and pasting a script that they have. Included in the script, I've seen this a lot. They may call you dear a lot, DEAR. Hi dear, how are you today? Most Americans don't call each other dear. I know that's a name, a term of endearment, but we don't call each other dear. So be looking for that. If they are contacting you at 1 or 2 in the morning, which is their time and not yours, that is a red flag as well. So be on the lookout for that. So they're contacting you. They're asking for all of your personal information. They're sending 10 paragraphs. They're referring to you as dear. And then another thing that you can do is ask them, if I wanted to have a conversation with you offline, how would I do that? You may say, good question. Because we would just think we would text each other or call. But no, they're going to say, do you have WhatsApp or Telegram? Block and delete. Block and delete. I can see that little red siren going off. Block and delete. Anyone that I know that's in America has an American number that they can call you from. And so that is one red flag to let you know that they're overseas. Another thing that you may hear that's common is when they introduce themselves, they may say, I'm a widow, I'm raising my child by myself, both of my parents died, I live in California, but I'm stationed in Afghanistan on a mission, or I'm on an oil rig, and I'll be back in 3 months. You can vet that, but most of the time that is a scammer. That is someone that is not being authentic. It may take a little bit more conversation to vet that, but the key to that is you probably didn't sign up to date someone overseas. And what I'll normally say is just contact me when you get back to the States, because I'm not calling you on WhatsApp. I'm not using Telegram. I'm not doing any of that. So look for them telling you that they are raising their child alone. They're a widow. Another thing that's really good about some of the apps is they give you the option to send voice notes. So that's another thing that you can do. Instead of typing, send them a voice note and ask that they send you one. That way you can hear their voice and find out if they are from another country, or it may be a computer or someone using AI. So that voice note will tell you everything. Some of these dating apps will also give you the capability to do a video call. You can send them a video if you want to, or have them send you one. Additionally, some of them will allow you to talk and FaceTime. Those are the safe apps, because that way you don't have to use your phone number. You can use the app to talk briefly just until you're comfortable. Listen, we're not trying to be out here on a wanted poster or on Snapped or anything like that. So we want to be safe. We want to be sure that we're meeting people that are authentic, and we don't have time for games. We are looking for love, not a catfish and not a scam. Another clue that I want to give you, or a helpful clue, is if you don't feel comfortable giving your phone number out, Google will give you a number for free. You can go to the Google website or app and request a Google number. This Google number will be a separate number. It will be attached to your phone, but when you can give it out, and when they call, it will go through your phone without giving them your number. And then you can text or call. It screens the calls. It'll ask you if they call that Google number, it'll ring it to your phone, and it'll give you a voice recording saying you have a call from, and you can reject or accept the call. They'll never have your real number that way. So go to Google and get a Google phone number if you want to safeguard your personal phone number. Another clue, you may say, why shouldn't I give them my phone number? There is a way that they can take your phone number, put it in Google, and you can also put it in Facebook. If you've attached your number to any of those, and with Google, you don't have to have attached your number. I did this with Google one time. Just go to Google right now as you're listening to me. Type in your phone number. It is going to, when I did that, it listed all of my personal information, even down to where I lived, my relatives, where I worked. It had all of my personal information. Surprise, surprise, surprise. And so I had to write into that application that have that and request that they remove my personal information. So that is what a scammer will do. They will get your number to get your personal information. So that's another reason we don't want to give our phone number out. Or if you give it out, make sure that you vetted the person properly so that, it's not a scammer or a catfish. So what's the goal of these people that are doing this? Some of them are doing it just to steal your identity so that they can go and scam other people by creating a fake profile and acting as if they're you. Some of them, now these young people, now listen, I know if you're up in age, you may not do this, but young people like to sext. If you don't know what sexting is, that's sending nude images to someone else willingly. They will talk you into romance. They find out what you like. They'll romance you, get you to send them a nude image. And I want you just don't send your situation to nobody over the computer or over your phone. Just don't do it. But if you do that, you're grown. I'm not in your business. If you do that, first off, don't put your face in there. I should have given this disclaimer. If you have children in the room, please put them out. This is a grown people's conversation, a grown person's conversation, excuse me. Okay, back to the conversation. So you're grown. If you want to send your situation over the World Wide Web or over the wireless lines through the air, just remember that it's just not going from your phone to their phone. It's going through those towers. So it can be subpoenaed or brought up and played in court at any point. But if you're going to do that, don't put your face in the picture. So some of these scammers will get your images, and this is called sextortion. That's an actual term. They'll get your images, and when you figure out that they're fake, then they will threaten you or try to extort you by saying, if you don't send me a certain amount of money, I'm going to send your images to your mom or to your church family or to your job. They will do that. And I've known teens that have done this, and one teen even unalived himself because he couldn't handle the pressure of his family finding out he had been sending his nudes to someone else. So this is real. This is real. Sexting, sextortion, and that is just a person extorting you by threatening to use your images or your videos and put them on a public platform or send them to a relative. That is real. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Block and delete if they're trying to get that from you. I hope that these tips are helping you. They really, really helped me to learn. And I've asked other people to get their wisdom. If you have clues or tips that you want me to share, please feel free to send them in. One last thing, if you are texting someone, just say you guys have gotten to texting, and send the test text first. Send the test text first. And why I say that is, if a person has an iPhone, it's going to be blue, and you'll see that it's blue, and that's fine. Most likely that person is okay. Not that scammers can't have iPhones, but most of them don't. If a person has an Android phone, Android users, listen now, I have nothing against you, but it's a little antiquated to me. I'm sorry. I have friends that's Android users. I'm sorry. But if a person has an Android, it will be green, but it will still show delivered or read. If a person is using a computer, it's not going to show anything. That is another clue or tip. And so I hope that these clues and tips have been helpful. If you have any suggestions for our Uncut Singles edition of Monday Moments, please place them in the comment section. I also will pray for you. So if you need prayer, you can put that in the comment section. If you want to come on with me, I invite you to come on. Let's make this fun. Let's make it educational so that we all can learn. And guess what? We all want to find love. So happy Monday Moments, Singles Uncut. I will see you on our next edition.